Rhinos are entertaining the Catalan Dragons for the 8th time in Super League. They have won all 7 previously, and all of them with relative ease. Last year, they beat the Catalan Dragons by 30 points to 6. That defeat for the Dragons was their best on this ground previously. Well, let's take a check on the way the two sides line up, and a couple of changes for the Leeds Rhinos, but this is, as you would expect, maybe Carl Ablett is a slight surprise. There's no Callum Watkins there. Sinfield and Maguire will continue their partnership at half-back. The big change comes in the hooking department. Sean Lunt, signed on loan from Huddersfield till the end of this current season, makes his debut because Rob Burrow is out injured, and Ryan Bailey, he continues at loose forward. It's going to be a very physical battle, I think. And on the bench for the Rhinos, Lee Smith, Darryl Griffin, Richard Moore, and Ian Kirk gets a late call because of the late fitness test failure of Rob Burrow. Coach Brian McDermott, of course. Now the Catalan Dragons team. There they are inside the changing room, getting ready and building themselves up for this match. Here's their team. Millard at full-back, no green shields there. Stakul gets the nod on the wing, there's no Bosk. Looking forward to seeing number 28, Damien Cardas, this teenager who scored 4 tries on his Super League debut against Widnes, and an exciting half-back combination, isn't it, of Leon Price and Scott Giroux. And signs of the physicality of this team and perhaps this match. Peya, Casti, Setamata Sarr, Louis Anderson, big men, big performers, and Ian Henderson is the new man, of course, in the England setup, the former Scottish international. And on the bench, it's Michael Simon, Jamal Fakir, he's got a bit of size to him. Jason Bettieri has been playing so well. And Ben Fisher, who has come here from Hulkingston Rovers via Batley. And he is now under the control of Coach of the Year, reigning Trent Robinson. Well, they've captured the imagination in 2012, haven't they? What an appealing contest for them against the champions. And remarkably, this is the only long-standing Super League ground on which they have yet to win. They've got to play, of course, Super League at Widnes yet. Third place, they can go top of the table tonight with a win, or joint top anyway, and they have the game in hand. The Rhinos, they faced the Dragons in 2009 in the playoffs. A trip to Old Trafford was on the line that day. The Rhinos won 27-20. Danny Maguire, who is playing tonight, produced a real Leeds Rhinos masterclass. They have been wobbling lately, though, the champs. They halted a run of 3 straight defeats here against London on Easter Monday, though, and they ran in 52 points and conceded only 10. The South Standers have seen them win 5 of 6 on home soil this year in the league and the Challenge Cup. Just 4 of their first 10 rounds of the Super League have been played here. They will want to close the gap of 4 points on the Catalan Dragons that the French team currently holds. Ben Thaler is the referee, and well, there's a big black cloud overhead, but the sun is setting to our left-hand side, and let's hope for a dry evening. And if it's a dry evening, I think we're going to get a quick game. I think we're going to get an entertaining game. We're certainly going to get a physical game. Leeds will attack from left to right as we watch. Kevin Sinfield's about to get us underway. Here we go. And this really will answer a few questions about the capabilities of this Dragon side.
Certainly will, Eddie, and they realise that they really got to muscle up, and that is great defence there by Leeds. Probably would have been a great win, toss the coin in regards to we will kick off. They really want to just show how dominant they can be. As we look at the lineup that Brian McDermott has thrown out there for the Leeds outfit, you know, you put Ryan Bailey at loose forward and you know that it's going to be a tough night.
That's the third tackle of the opening set of 6, and here is Scott Giroux. He's got a bit of space. He finds Leon Price. He gets the ball away, and that is good defence from Leeds. Louis Anderson was the man who was tackled. A kick way downfield was by Scott Giroux.
And it's a good one as well. They'll be the tactics. Trent Robinson, the Dragons coach, is fully aware of the quality of this man. Scott Giroux on that short blind side made sure we'd just turn them around. It's a tactic they've utilised all through this season. He's a fine player, Scott Durrell, great thinker.
Yes, he is. 114 points for Scott Durrell this year. Only Danny Tickle of Hull has scored more, 116. Referee unhappy with the way that that scrum is formed. So we're going to have it again.
Interesting to see there that Catalans, as they put the scrum down, Ian Henderson is standing first receiver in defence out of the scrum base. Very rare you find that the hooker not even attached to the scrum.
And interestingly enough, Brett Delaney was backing down at hooker for the Leeds Rhinos, even though that job is in the hands of Sean Lunt, the debutant from the Huddersfield Giants.
Just going back to that scrum, Eddie, it was interesting how the referee told Sean Lunt, listen, let's try and do it again. I don't know many other sports where if a player breaks the rules, the official gives them a second chance. Not quite right to me, but anyway, Leeds now get another penalty and will be on the attack.
Yeah, a little bit
to get the penalty.
A little bit sharp off the mark, weren't they? And it just shows you the enthusiasm there. Setamata Sarr been in absolutely superb form this year.
Well, this kick has taken Leeds deep into the Dragons' territory, and it's with Sinfield. He pops it up to Ryan Bailey. Ryan Bailey, a three-match ban for making contact with the referee at Warrington. He's been pretty good since he has returned. And it's now Sean Lunt. Finds captain Sinfield. Goes wide then to Maguire. Solid defence.
Yeah, Dupont knew exactly that the man coming straight onto it, Chris Clarkson, the big second rower.
Maguire trying to weave a little magic close to the Catalan Dragons line. And Lunt, is he going to make it a dream debut? Well, he gets the ball away to Maguire. Can Maguire touch this ball down? No, he isn't. He's kept on his back by that Catalan Dragons defence. This is the last tackle for the Rhinos, though, now. The ball fired to Sinfield, crossfield, high kick, looking for Ben Jones-Bishop and finding Ben Jones-Bishop. Well, they're just going to check. First of all, onside, and then just checking the grounding. There's a possible hint that maybe it just touched the whitewash on the dead ball line as he touched it down, but we'll see.
Superb kick, wasn't it? Absolutely wonderful. And it was not unusual to think that they would put pressure on this youngster, Damien Cadas. And I think he's taken it. Oh, there's no problem with that at all. Wonderful, wonderful take there. Ben Jones-Bishop. He looks as though he's onside as far as I'm concerned. And that is a tremendous leap. No problem whatsoever. This will be given the first try. And the youngster Damien Cadas is going to be a busy boy tonight. And good tactics by Brian McDermott. There's the confirmation. Good yard in it.
Yeah, there's no problem with that grounding. Ben Jones-Bishop has got this try. There is no doubt about this. It's his 6th try of the season. And it's going to be given confirmation here as Ian Smith pushes the button. So the 22-year-old who's been playing on the wing for the last 10 matches also and has a record of 3 tries in his last 2 appearances. He adds to that tally with the first try of the match here at Headingley tonight. A perfect start, and Sinfield peppering the young winger Cadas.
Super build-up, first real opportunity. Skipper gets a beautiful kick away from it there, and you can see that the youngster Cadas really didn't even jump for it. Take nothing away from Jones-Bishop, though. Can he add the extras?
Yes, Sinfield does add the extras on a night that marks yet another milestone for this man. It's his 450th career appearance tonight.
Do you know what's interesting? They get close, they're held up, aren't they, Danny Maguire? They couldn't get enough pressure on Kevin Sinfield. You can see the white shirts, they get to him as quickly as possible. But not quick enough here, and Setamata Sarr couldn't close down the space for a perfect kick.
Well, they couldn't get the pressure, Phil, there simply because Sinfield stood so deep. It was virtually on the 20-metre line, and it was virtually a direct pass back. That gave him the opportunity to use his skill, which was a pinpoint kick. And what skill there from Jones-Bishop to claim the try.
Well, not the best start for Trent Robinson's men, and he's watching alongside Thomas Bosk, who they flew over here in the hope that he might be able to play on the wing, perhaps instead of Cadas, but it's a perfect start for Brian McDermott. And when you think about it, he must have had that awful, awful sinking feeling at the pit of his stomach last July when the Rhinos went to Perpignan and came home soundly beaten. But from that moment on, well, McDermott and the Rhinos have never, ever looked back.
And it's good basic football as well for the Rhinos. Good solid run with the forwards, not backwards, but a little bit of jitters, bit of nerves, it appears, in this French outfit. But just getting back to the way that Leeds are playing, basic, good solid hard work in the forwards, and leave it to Kevin Sinfield with the kicking game.
And that little fumble from Cyril Stakoul, who's up playing in Super League tonight for the first time this year, that allowed the Rhinos to come forward and rush at him in defence. Tremendous work from the Rhinos.
Before the game, we looked at the fact that Catalan are a great side at making meters, advancing the ball. But just look at Leeds here, and these players so far in this set, they've contained them, they've kicked sensibly, they've tackled them. What, a 30-metre gain in 5 players? That's excellent defence by Leeds.
They're just looking a little bit hurried at times at the moment. The Dragons, that's a better tackle from Cardass. That will give him a little bit of confidence as he pulled Brent Webb down. Here's the try scorer.
Like stunned rabbits, Eddie. They are not at the ball game at the moment. They really are not trying to get themselves into a good position. They realise they've got the quality of Scott Durow out there, and Leeds are really pinging it out wide on that left-hand side.
Good work by Duport, though, making sure that Hardacre wouldn't go any further forward. But here is Maguire. That's better defence. Setematasar up top. Menzies low down. Sean Lunt at dummy half. Jamie Peacock. Back it comes to Sinfield. Here is Webb. And Webb is gobbled up by Leon Price. Price, of course, who played for close rivals, the Bradford Bulls, in the 2005 Grand Final against the Leeds Rhinos, won the Man of the Match award that night.
Just a bit too long there. Danny Maguire opted for it to go on that left-hand side. Surprised me that the Rhinos did not test the youngster Damien Cardass again.
Ball out on the full, so it's going to be the turnover, centre field, brought back where the kick was taken.
Yeah, they'll be very disappointed, the Rhinos, because they were really winning the battle of the field position. All the Dragons were starting their sets in their own 20 metres, and Leeds were starting their sets in midfield, so the Dragons will be pretty relieved that they're playing the ball just 38 metres away from their own line.
But this Leeds defence looks very, very solid indeed in the opening 7.5 minutes.
Well, they're virtually forcing Catalan into one-out rugby league, and that is an indication of the opposition's defence coming up very, very quickly, especially around 3 or 4 players out on the ruck position.
Here's Durow now, and Price with a little bit of space maybe, cuts in field. That's a great ball, Durow. But the ball then from Durow is pinched by Sean Lunt.
Great play by the hooker there.
Oh, and he's lost it.
Oh, just give him all that praise.
So here come the Catalan Dragons. It goes wide to Cardass, the speedster, but he's dumped into touch by a great tackle from Ablett.
Super stuff, wasn't it? They really had to get it there, and Carl Ablett was going to have none of it. We've heard so much. This is the incident with Sean Lunt, after the intercept, then loses it. And he's got plenty of paces, this kid. Cardass gets on, but look at that copybook.
That's a great example of the type of risk that Catalan will take. It's the first tackle. A lot of sides ask the player when he picks it up, keep hold of it, not the Dragons. They'll take the risk. They try and get the ball to space and to speed. On that occasion, it didn't come off.
This is Carl Ablett again. The man who came up with the try-saving tackle maybe on Cardass. And Clarkson to try and take the ball forward for the Leeds Rhinos. But at least that little rage from the Catalan Dragons just might have given them a little bit of confidence. Here's Peacock, though, through the first tackle.
Well, a lot of confidence shown by Leon Price, wasn't it? The halfback combination with Durow. Come off in the end, but it just shows, as Phil Clark was mentioning, the one thing about this Catalan outfit, they will try things.
Sinfield finds Webb. And Webb on the bounce, it gets to Ryan Hall.
Well, did that not go forward, or it appeared that way? This would be a high kick. Sinfield.
Look out, Cardass, it's coming your way again. And it does. And he's knocked that forward. I think you are right, Steve-O, he is in for a busy night.
Well, with the quality of Kevin Sinfield, you don't have to send him a telegram to say that this youngster will be a little bit raw. Was he touched perhaps up in the air by Jones Bishop?
When you're so far from your line, John, do you think that the defending winger Cardass needed to go for that ball?
No, I think that was a bit of inexperience there. For me, he should have let Jones Bishop have the ball, and as soon as his feet touch the ground, tackle him then, and that would have been the set.
Here's Brent Webb, gets it away to Ryan Hall, second try for the Leeds Rhinos. Tries now against the Catalan Dragons, including a hat-trick in a 52-6 home win in 2010. Only one scoring appearance in the last 7, but that was 4 tries against London here on Easter Monday. And he's back in the groove here tonight, and Leeds are ahead 10-0 with a kick to come.
2 kicks, brings about 2 tries, and it's great tactics by Leeds, and the way that Brent Webb just sucked them in. Ryan Hall puts himself in a good position, gets the overlap. This is where the incident occurred. Deemed as though it went forward. Could have been 50-50 either way. Brent Webb back into super form. And this guy knows how to score tries, and he scores them for fun, Ryan Hall. It's a big question mark now for Trent Robinson, the Catalan coach. Surely he has to do something about bringing maybe Damien Cardass into the centre position, pushing out Vincent Dufour onto the wing when it comes to the 5th and final tackle when Leeds have possession. He's got to do something.
Back on.
Here's Sinfield with the conversion. Well, he's deadly with the boot when he wants to be, Kevin Sinfield. 12-0.
And they're deadly with everything they're doing at the moment. The execution of this play from the scrum, we don't often see tries scored from scrum situations. Not every side wants to take the risk, but Leeds do. Look, they'll pass the ball, and Danny Maguire's ball out wide there to Brent Webb. Excellent body position of the players who didn't receive the ball, creating the space for Hall, who did.
Well, they have a habit of not really turning up at Headingley. 12-0, 12 minutes gone, and they'll have to stop the bleeding soon, otherwise they could be facing another heavy defeat here.
Yeah, it's a problem, isn't it? And Trent Robinson knows that they've not really got off the coach, have they? They haven't even started. They had just one opportunity, and on the first tackle, the youngster Cardass got tackled into touch by Ablett. And this is just basic stuff by Leeds, and they know it. Good hard work in the forwards, and the combination with the 2 halfbacks, Sinfield, Maguire, Brent Webb joining in. It's problematic for the visitors.
Nice kick to the corner and into space. Good chase though. Hardacre leading the chase, bringing Millard down.
Eddie, you might question whether Catalan have turned up and got off the bus, but I think Leeds, really, it's a 10 out of 10 performance at the minute. I think they're doing all the little things so well. The kick chase is excellent. The line defence is superb. And when they're getting opportunities, they're executing them absolutely clinically.
4, release
They are.
them!
13 minutes gone.
No, play ball.
Henderson.
Okay.
Gets it away to Duro. That looks as though it might have gone forward, but the referee was happy enough with that.
Well, Henderson was trying to get the penalty. Leeds were very slow to get back to 10. It's not the best kick there by Price, though. Webb has lost it backwards.
So a little fumble just allows the Catalan chasers to move forward a bit quicker, and that's better. Menzies leading the way, bringing Ben Jones-Bishop down. Let's go down to Bill.
Eddie, it's not the only problem that Catalan Dragons are having to deal with at the moment, but both their wingmen, Damien Cardass and Cyril Stackel, are having a bit of a dodgy start to the game, and Jerome Guisset, as Kevin Sinfield was lining up that last conversion, was out on the field and having a word with both men individually. Cardass having been caught out under the high ball, and Stackel having been sucked in on that last Leeds attack. But they've got 1 or 2 other things to fix before then, I think.
Well, they're doing their best to fix it up here. That's good defence now. Ragan was in there, so too was Anderson. Remy Casti, there's Jerome Guisset barking out the instructions.
Well, this was good defence. Dragging well done by the youngster Cardass there. Make sure that he was moving all the time.
Yeah, as good as you.
Well, it's important now that the French outfit make sure that they get something out of this. this scrum, get themselves into a good attacking position.
Both teams.
Leeds have had twice as much ball, and most of it's been in the Catalan half. I feel this is the first time they're going to start to set a possession within sight of the line, and going to really start to offer it and show something. But the nature in which Leeds are defending, a lot of men in the tackle, good control of that ruck, great determination. It looks like World Club Challenge defence tonight.
The crowd think that was a fumble at the play of the ball, should have been a knock-on, but the referee and touch judges disagreed. Here's the skipper, Remy Casti.
He wasn't the best.
Casti tonight is playing his 140th time for the Catalan Dragons.
He wasn't the best player of the ball. Henderson certainly didn't get a fingertip to it.
This is Menzies, they go wide. This is Duport.
4. Move! Hold it! Hold! Go!
Pointing at dummy half was Stackel. He finds Price. Here is Setamata Sarr. Gets away from one, would be challenged from Delaney. Can't let this fella run. He can't let Anderson run either.
5. Move!
Peacock made sure that he didn't. That's the last tackle, 10 metres from the line.
Deroe's got to get a good kick into the corner, and it is a good one.
Backwards.
And it's been.
Backwards,
Is that play on? Is that play on, or is this going to be the turnover? Oh, it is. It is the. Oh no, it's going to be head and feet to the Catalan Dragons for a knock on here.
Good work by Ben Thaler, the referee, allowed the advantage, non-forthcoming. Yeah, I think you'll find that Danny Maguire got a fingertip to it well before Steve Menzies did.
Good here, fellas.
To show with the ball going backwards that it would have been an advantage. Either way, they've got the possession which they needed.
And they're going here now, aren't they, to a second set of sets. Some of the tries they scored in France last year were when they had repeated sets of possession after penalties or scrums or knockdowns like this here now. These have defended 6 tackles. Can they go to 7?
Can they give that little knot of Catalan Dragon supporters something to shout about as Price tries to go inside Ablett, but he does well, Ablett. And then there was a little pause as Leon Price tried to play the ball, and the referee had blown the whistle. Deroe picked it up and thought he was scooting in for a try.
Oh, a little bit of indiscipline there by Ablett, and it was silly play. He'd done all the hard work, got a good tackle, more pressure.
Lapini Paya will drive this ball forward.
Move, Jamie!
Right underneath the Leeds Rhino sticks here. Henderson, back it comes to Price. Price just delayed the pass. He looked around, obviously wasn't an option on, took the tackle instead.
He was looking for the second run and there was none there. Oh, that's a poor pass.
3.
Went backwards, said the official.
Yes, he was flicked by the fingertips of Millard, but went backwards. So here they come again with Remy Casti.
4.
Straight up the middle, halted by the tackle from Kylie Luluwai. And a little shove from Luluwai. Catalan Dragons were appealing for the penalty, didn't come. Deroe, Menzies. Oh, Menzies has just dropped it.
Just put the ball out. He was going to throw the dummy and try to get through and then get the offload on the second phase.
A rare mistake from Super League's elder statesman.
Yeah, good position though, wasn't it, by Kevin Sinfield? Put himself in between to virtually force this fella back on the inside. Couldn't take it. Opportunity gone, and that will not be pleasing Trent Robinson.
No, it won't be pleasing Trent Robinson, but that defence will really please the Leeds coach, Brian McDermott, because the handle one set, and there's a repeat set for the Catalans, and Leeds just looked very, very comfortable with their online defence there. Absolutely superb.
Tablet once again trying to take the ball forward. Dragan in quickly, helping out young Damien Cardas. Bailey. No way for him to go forward. He was clattered, immediately received that ball then.
It was a big hit, wasn't it, by Setamata Sarr. That's another thing, Eddie, that the French outfit need. You've got to up the tempo in defence. They're going to be a little bit more, shall we say, robust.
The ball from Sinfield finds Hardacre. Whoops, surely that's a grapple tackle, wasn't it?
No, he was holding on to the ball. That's better defence.
Griffin, though, gets the ball away to Webb. Webb then loses it. It's a knock-on. It's just gone a bit scrappy for Leeds after a rip-roaring start that saw them score 12 points in the opening 11.
Well, to be fair, Eddie, as I said, the Catalan side needed to up the tempo in defence. A little bit more vim. They've certainly done that.
Yep, they upped it, Steve-O. They heard you. Those 3 tackles were very physical indeed, and they took space off the Leeds attackers and they really put them under pressure. And I think that's a defensive win rather than a Leeds error.
What are we doing?
Well, Ryan Bailey receiving treatment while he's being patched up. Just a reminder that on Sunday night at 9, Sky Sports 2 HD Super League full-time will have each and every scored during round 12. This weekend, Terry and Paul will be alongside Bill in the studio. We're giving John the day off. We're giving Brian the day off. They've been working overtime, those two, today. They were in the studio in London this morning for the Australia-New Zealand Test match. So we're giving John Keir the weekend off as well, because he's here with us tonight. Here is Leon Price, and now it's with Daryl Millard and Vincent Duport.
Great work there. Danny Maguire was going to just get to him like a limpet mine. Oh, that's another straight pass. They're really off the boil, aren't they, at the moment? The French outfit, we saw them on Easter Monday, and they just completely outplayed the Warrington Wolves. But they're not up to it tonight, I'm afraid.
Good drive in, though, once again by Lapini Pea.
5 releasing!
Goes down on the last. Plays it 20 metres away from the Leeds line. Duro with a good measured kick. Oh, and Ben Jones-Bishop, he was good in attack earlier when he claimed that high ball. He's good in defence here, does it? Something's happened because the touch judge is on, and it's a penalty to the Catalan Dragons for a player being taken out off the ball. The blocker was Kevin Sinfield.
Well, Sinfield finishes up on the deck, but I think he did utilise his body.
Set him out to Saar. Sinfield looks a bit confused and a little concerned that they're having to defend another set of 6 here. Duro short ball. That's the second, but they're very close to the line as Pea plays it to Henderson. Here is Price. Now Millard. Collision there off the ball, but the player or the ball didn't go right. He held on to it.
Good discipline, though, by Leeds in defence there.
Casty now.
Oh, that was high. It's going to be a penalty.
This is a penalty. Having a welter of possession, Catalan Dragons in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Can they turn it into something?
Well, it was a bit lazy, wasn't it? The left arm of Daniel Griffin certainly made the impact. They've got to take the tap. They realise they need to try quickly.
And Menzies is trying to produce that. He gets them ever closer to that Leeds Rhinos try line. Henderson is waiting at dummy half. Back it comes. Here's Pea again. Griffin this time stands firm and legally brings him down. Help also from Clarkson. Henderson's there once more. It's with Duro and Price. Short ball to Henderson. Good tackle. Sinfield and Ablett combining there. Here is Price again. Duro, short ball. Oh, and it's back to 1. He's right the tackle count down. And it's going to be another one here. Another set of 6 coming. Well, Ryan Hall could be in bother there. You're not supposed to do that, are you?
Ryan Hall kicked the ball away, and he's going to be lucky if he doesn't get a professional foul against him. It was touched again, but he has saved a try, that's for sure. Cyril Stackle had a walk-in out there on that right-hand side, and he knows it.
He does.
But he has saved the bacon.
He has, but there was a touch of frustration there. Could have been a penalty for kicking the ball away.
For me, please, Danny, get near the scrum. Danny!
Could have been in the spot of bother there, Ryan Hall, but as it is, the referee just puts the scrum down.
Out.
And here come the Catalan Dragons again with Price. Millard joining the line, but a good sliding defence from the Rhinos. Cardas.
Oh, this is incredible defence. Brian McDermott will be pleased as punch over this.
Henderson and Duro.
Now, to him. 3. Move!
Henderson. Henderson to Price. This is Anderson again. Good defence from Leeds. You're right, if they keep that 0 alongside the Catalan Dragons' name here...
It's an extra boost for them, I can assure you of that. And the way that Carl Ablett is defending, he's putting himself about. Unbelievable. Got to be a good kick.
Duro with it, and it's off the outside of the boot, and they've survived.
Was he taken out again? Someone was taken out. They took out a Catalan player. Was it Menzies?
And Danny Maguire saying to the referee while you're watching this, I never move.
10 metres out on the penalty. What do you want me to do?
Oh, well, he put his arm out. Perhaps that that gave him away. Yeah, the arm came around. It was well spotted by the touch judge.
Put your hands down. That's what I'm saying. Keep it cool. You're blocking there.
There's one thing not moving, but you've got to keep still.
We're not looking at that. Here. Forward.
I don't know which side are getting more frustrated here. Leeds in having to defend the line, or Catalans' inability to break through to the try line and score the first points. They've had so long, haven't they? The last 5 or 10 minutes, they've many chances. Fakir now takes it to the line, but there doesn't appear to be a way through yet.
No, they seem to survive. They claimed the ball in the air behind their own line. They thought they were coming back for a 20-metre tap restart, but here they are, and they are now defending their line once again. Lost count of the number of consecutive sets of 6 this is. Must be half a dozen. Must be half a dozen at least.
And the confidence is building in this Leeds defence. They know if they can get away with this.
Giroud, back he comes to Price. Short ball. Anderson will score for the Catalan Dragons. And all that pressure is told in the end. Louis Anderson in the exile squad again, having beaten England here last year. The former Warrington man, he was playing for Warrington then when he played for the Exiles. He's been selected in the initial squad for this year's series as it is now against England for the Exiles. And Louis Anderson has breathed a little bit of life into the Catalan Dragons' cause here.
And they'll be very relieved. This is the incident where Ryan Hall gets a fingertip to it. It would have been a walk in there for Cyril Stackle, and he could have been in bother with that. It was waved away. This is the incident where Maguire puts the arm around, just moving slightly. No chance for Menzies to go forward. And it was a neat little pass, wasn't it, by Price? Pushed it through. Anderson, sheer weight gets him over. And if there is a relieved Super League team, it's got to be Catalan, because if they had not scored from all that possession, it would have been a negative running through their minds.
Well, Danny Maguire and co will be quite furious that the penalty was given against them, as Giroud adds the extra 2 points to the Catalan Dragons total. You can stand your ground, but you can't move and you can't wave your arms around, and he took Steve Menzies out. That was the view of James Child, the touch judge, and the referee, and that's why we got this try.
Good pass, wasn't it, there by Leon Price. First real opportunity that the two half-backs from the Catalan Dragons have clicked. And there's nothing better than to see the big second rower Louis Anderson go over for the try, and boy, they needed that.
Well, good to see the French supporters here in Leeds tonight. Some youngsters amongst them as well, and I understand that they're making a visit to an establishment in Huddersfield tomorrow morning.
Yeah, they're coming to my museum, Eddie. It'll be open tomorrow and Sunday, and they're looking forward. The French are very, very keen on the history of it.
Well, Steve-O's museum is AKA the Rugby League Heritage Centre. But oh, here comes Menzies. Oh, he just couldn't get away. That's really good defence, actually, from Sean Lunt.
Was it ever? That is a try saver. That really was a try written all over it. It was a beautiful inside pass, wasn't it? And you can see there, Sean Lunt hung on to the shorts. Oh, it looks as though there's a problem for Menzies as well.
No, I think that's frustration.
Well, either way, but the celebration.
He's earned his stripes, Lunt, hasn't he?
Has he ever?
He's earned his stripes already. He's only been playing for 26 minutes. And Sean Lunt, having arrived here this week on loan till the end of the season from Huddersfield, has made a telling contribution. And there he is now scampering in to down in half.
But I tell you what, it's an early warning as well to this Leeds Rhino outfit. You can see that Scott Durow, that inside pass, he does a lot of those, especially this season. They've got to watch that.
This is Darryl Griffin now. Will get to his feet, play it to Lunt again. Now Maguire. Showed it there to Richard Moore, and eventually gave it to the England captain, Jamie Peacock. Delaney, Ablett, wide, Ben Jones-Bishop. Second try for Ben Jones-Bishop, but he's hurt. This could have come at a cost.
He's going upstairs, I don't know why.
He wants to check the grounding first of all. And Ben Jones-Bishop.
It looks all right as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, that's fine. What wonderful play by Carl Ablett. He talk about centres creating for the wingers.
No separation there.
You're right, Eddie, it'll be TR wide. But the play from the second row of Carl Ablett was outstanding. That'll be confirmation, and there it is.
5 tries for Ben Jones-Bishop in his last 3 games, and he's limping his way back. But it looks like he's going to be okay. First impression was that maybe he had hurt himself, but in a fantastic vein of form, this young man.
It was a superb try here, working the short side. And what they were looking for was getting to Giroud, but there was Henderson there out of position, and it was the lovely footwork there. He went in away at Henderson, sucked the wingman in, and then just released Jones-Bishop to score in the corner. Really clever play from the Rhinos as a team, going at the short side, and perfectly executed by Carl Ablett.
Well, it's a problem that Catalan coach Trent Robinson realises now, that not only is a little bit suspect underneath the bomb, Damien Cadas, but you could see he got sucked in through. Also the hooker Ian Henderson. And I must say that that was top quality though by Carl Ablett. In and out. Oh.
Well, it's a remarkable thing, but had Menzies not dropped that ball, they could have been up the other end. It could have been 12 apiece. As it is, this kick for 18-6. Just missed with that one, Kevin Sinfield, but 16-6 it is.
I mean, the centre play from Carl Ablett, and he is a second row typically. He didn't really look like Callum Watkins. The best attackers are able to get the opponent to become off balance, and his change of direction here late. Look, and in and away, changes Henderson, sucks in the winger Cardas, and releases Ben Jones-Bishop, who just finishes the quality that he has shown. I think they needed that too, after defending for so long. Sooner or later there had to be a dent in their energy, but maybe they reversed that with a try, and Richard Moore's introduction to the match.
Yes, Richard Moore, almost 200 games in a much-travelled career.
Well, the fans thought there was a little bit something untoward there. It was a bit of a high shot. It's all about taking your opportunities, and as you mentioned, Eddie, you know, Menzies, he was through. He had the support on the inside. This is the incident, and it looked high from Price, didn't it? Turned down by the touch judge.
Griffin takes them to the 40-metre mark. Leeds.
And I'll tell you what, they've been 2 good purchases, haven't they?
Here's a 40-20 attempt.
Moore.
40-20 attempt by Sinfield, just didn't quite have the angle right, but it's not bad, because look where Millard has to work this ball away from. Right on his own goal line.
Brilliant. 8 chases there in the Leeds colours. Kick's only as good as a chase, and that was brilliant. Oh, that was a big hit.
Good hit by Richard Moore. You know a bit about him, John?
Yeah, he's a good player, Richard, and he's taking his chance at a big club like Leeds, but Kevin Sinfield with his kicking game, he really is making Millard, Stackle and Cardas work very, very hard indeed, and it's going to be a long night, I think, at the game for those 3.
Great, boys. Check the side, let's go with it.
Giroud, now he has a go for a 40-20. Has he got his angles right? Ooh! I think that landed on the touchline, that's out on the full.
Yeah,
only
much
a little bit in it.
Yeah, right on the whitewash. It's pretty wide at Headingley. Well, the idea was good, the execution just a touch off. And you can see Leeds, they're not rushing to do this. They've been...
Well, they've had to do a lot of defending, haven't they?
Yeah, but I can't say they're complacent. I think it's just a tactic that they know they've got the better of their opposition at the moment.
Ablett hanging on, and Ragan gets to him, and then there's a right scrap on the deck as Ablett's trying to regain his feet. Ragan doing what he can to prevent him.
Well, there was a bit of a round the neck, wasn't it? Ablett didn't like it, and silly play really. Lack of discipline yet again. That's been a problem at times over the past couple of years with the Catalan sides.
Here's Peacock now, spun away from one, all down on the second, 8 metres away from the line. Lunt.
You can do that too, you can, Sean Lunt. Doesn't mind a little foray from the dummy half position.
Sinfield spreads it wide and finds Maguire. And then it's Hardacre. they deal with the threat. Brian McDermott, last week he celebrated his 80th victory as a head coach in the cup tie here against Wakefield. What a 12 months he's had. World Club Challenge, Super League title. Sinfield high to the corner again, danger, but claimed by Stackel, but he jumped from the field of play. It's a goal line dropout here.
Well, a lack of concentration there from Stackel.
And it's Bob on is the referee, Ben Thaler.
He's jumped the wrong way, hasn't he? I think he needed to be back in the in goal and jumping forward and advancing to the ball.
But I think he sort of thought, well, I've diffused this.
Well, he's just asked the video referee just to check he got that right, and Ben Thaler, his first instinct was correct. Opening goal line dropout this of the match, 32 minutes gone.
Not everybody.
Yeah, but Catalans have decided how to solve the problem with the kick defence, and that's get some kick pressure on Kevin Sinfield. They really did work very, very hard there to pressure his kick, and it's a testimony to Sinfield's skill that he actually got a decent kick away.
Scott, as soon as he's
Problem for Henderson, and that will be a bitter blow to the French outfit. He really is a major cog in their machinery. Let's hope he can run it out. This has to be a long one. It's not bad either.
Duro gives it some, gets it just over the halfway line. Here's Griffin.
Dominant!
Well, I think that answers it, doesn't it? Ian Henderson hobbling back and all of a sudden puts on a big hit.
Move! Hold! Go!
Clarkson finds Jamie Peacock.
3.
And they're quite happy with this, are the Rhinos.
Hold!
Just one up, get themselves in a good position. They know that they've got the quality out wide.
Sinfield finds Delaney.
4. Move! Wait, lads. Wait!
Catalan having to do a lot of defending here. Leeds had to do a really, really big stint of defence, and then they turned it into attack. They're doing that again here now with Webb. That's a neat pick-up though by Millard, and this fella can score length of the field tries. Warrington will testify to that. He can also score after the final siren sounded. St Helens can attest to that.
Beautiful little kick through, wasn't it? The grubber, Millard, had to take it on the fly, and now the Rhinos muscle up. That's again strong defence.
Well, to me, they've just for half an hour stopped the go forward from the Dragons. I mean, the success this season has been rolling downfield and then spinning it wide as they're trying to do here now. But much of Leeds' defence has prevented that, and they've lost the ball again in contact.
Yeah, there's quite a bit, isn't there, of that going on.
Well, he threw the dummy and just lost control and the pressure there.
Vincent Duport just couldn't hang on. Ryan Hall, to be fair to him, rolled the hand across the ball. Wakefield Salford is the Saturday offering. 5:30 Sky Sports 3 HD tomorrow. Wakefield against Salford, and next week we're back in Challenge Cup action, and we're going to see the big giant killers from round 4 again, Featherstone, and they are taking on the Challenge Cup holders, the Wigan Warriors. That's live with us next Friday, 8 o'clock, Sky Sports 1 HD.
Ablett just trying to offload there, just went behind the winger, Jones Bishop. But the runarounds are coming from Leeds now. That shows you their confidence is up. Kevin Sinfield barking out the orders. He's taking control. That looked a bit high on Delaney.
Maguire. That looked a touch forward too from this angle, but obviously not ground level. Clarkson plays the ball. Webb, Maguire. That flicked off the Catalan Dragons' thigh, and then Zach Hardaker is bundled into touch. Head and feed to the Dragons coming up.
Yeah, the ball played the man rather than the other way around, so put in touch, did Hardaker. He knows it's going to be tough, Trent Robinson, from here on in. Especially the way that this Rhinos defence, they really have been superb.
Well, they've won 4 in a row, the Catalan Dragons, after their cup victory at Hull Kingston Rovers. Their last defeat came at Wakefield last month. Bill?
I think they'll be just glad to get to half-time without any more damage, will the Dragons, judging by some of the conversations on the sideline here. Some of them are in English, so I can understand them. But Trent Robinson, I think, will be giving his team 1 or 2 home truths, shall we say, when they get into the dressing room at half-time. He's been getting increasingly voluble on the sidelines or from his position in the stand. Disappointed with the way his side's performed in this first half. Got to say, conditions are not that good. The pitch is very slippery. That might excuse one or two of the Dragons' handling errands. Just one or two of them.
Okay.
That's good offloading though there. Here is Anderson again, the try scorer for the Catalan Dragons. Spun to the ground eventually. That's the last 40 metres away from the line. Henderson to Price. This will go high, but it goes too far.
Never any opportunity there, and it was easy for Brent Webb.
And he will return the ball, but then gives it to Hall, who will bump and barge a few off.
Great upper body strength, I think, the winger Hall. But Robinson, they've given away a silly penalty, messing around. It wasn't the best kick either from Leon Price, far too deep. You can see that.
Then they get tangled up, don't they? And
well, he went for the
Leon
head.
can't get out of the way either.
But he went for the head rather than going for the shoulders.
Ian Kirk's out there, just gave the ball to Sinfield. Here is Webb, finds Ablett. Leeds looking for another try just before half-time.
It wouldn't surprise me if they get one, Eddie, because they're keen to get it out wide. They're mixing and matching. It hasn't all been just the forwards over the last 15 minutes.
Maguire gives it to Hardaker, cuts inside a couple. Important tackle needed by Menzies. Quick play the ball wanted by Leeds. Sinfield. And here is Richard Moore again. Oh, he was looking to offload that. Nearly got it away, but Lapini Paya got to him.
Third one. Go.
Now it's with Webb. Here's Sinfield. They're going wide to Ablett. This time, young Cardass does his job well. And he was anxious to get on with it. Delaney, who's pinched that by Giroud.
He was a bit surprised as well, was Brett Delaney, the second rower. He was looking to twist and try to look for an offload, and it disappeared.
Surrender.
A vital steal as well by the halfback Scott Giroud.
There are two things that Leeds have done particularly well for me in this first half. They've prevented Catalan advancing, getting out to their own half. A lot of men here as the one-on-one steal. A lot of scrum halves do that, don't the quickest way to defend.
You can't grab onto them, man.
The control that Leeds have had in and around the play the ball. Here's another penalty now, interference. When Catalan were in possession, Leeds here now could finish the half with a great finish, with another score.
Well, the referee is explaining to Scott Giroud that it looked like Sebastian Ragan had his arm around the Leeds man and wouldn't let him get off him. He was trying to buy a penalty here from the referee.
Oh, I think he's a bit harsh.
I don't know where he got that from, but still.
Neither do I, but
I think he's trying to get it, getting the play the ball sharpened up a bit. St. Helens 26-0 up against Widnes. Looking wide here to Ryan Hall again. And he used his strength to get. That was a drop ball at the play the ball. That was a drop ball at the play the ball. If this is a try possibility for Clarkson, they'll hand it upstairs, they'll have a look, this will be chalked off.
I'm with you, there was an error there.
I don't think they can go back to the play the ball. Can they not go back to when it comes away from the rope?
They go back. I think they go back to the last play the ball before the try. I think.
But what point of that play the ball?
To play the ball. You think it's when it comes away because the ball is not in play.
Yes.
But if it's a knock, well, okay.
Well, he's lost it. He hasn't played it. Had his foot nowhere near it, and Hall just dropped it backwards. This should be wiped off. It's an error. It's a knock on. Not playing the ball on. It should have been a penalty. Either way, he never regains it. Never touches it with his foot.
If the game wants to get people to play the ball properly with their foot, they could go back to every video referee decision and see if they touch it with their foot.
But he lost
very quickly. Get every player doing it that way.
It was quite clear, as far as I'm concerned, Ryan Hall lost that, never got his foot to it. Clarkson's going close.
Looking at the grounding, but he's short.
Yeah, he is short there. He's trying his damnedest to slide over. Still short.
Well, they're looking at the grounding because I think, Phil, you got it spot on. You can only look at the incident at the play the ball after it has cleared the ruck, which I suppose, in the strictest sense of the word, is a bit of a nonsense if it's a mishmash of a play the ball like that. Anyway, as it turns out, it is no try because Clarkson was short. He was held up.
But the point is, why can't the touch judge see that a man has completely lost the ball onto the floor? It was clear to nearly everybody. Not that Leeds will be complaining.
Well, they won't be if they get in here. I suppose they have to define a point where they can have a look, to be fair to them. But it's Steve-O, it's a Super League back chat topic of conversation for you on Monday, Tuesday of this week. Give the running order now to Rodney Studd if he's listening at home.
Don't worry about that. I'll have the dentifix in. I'll be really biting.
Super League back chat available online from Tuesdays. It's really good, actually.
It's 3.
If you haven't watched it, I've watched every one of them. I'm your biggest fan.
That's 2. Move! Play it.
There's the half-time siren. This will be the last play of this first half, and the Catalan Dragons are running it as well they might, but only as far as that tackle on Stakul, and that will be half-time. Well, Leeds out of the box pretty quickly with the try from Ben Jones-Bishop in the 3rd minute. Another try followed from Ryan Hall after 11. 12-0, Leeds coasting, the Catalan Dragons hardly in the race. But then they got themselves back into it when Anderson got the try and Giroud kicked the goal, 12-6, and Ben Jones-Bishop got his 2nd try. It's 16-6 half-time.
Sponsors Super League on Sky Sports.
In the spirit of 2012, Sky One has created a super sports team with the finest athletes from cricket, football and comedy. Victory is surely ours.
My main tactic is to not die.
But if it's not, we'll just do a 5th series of A League of Their Own. Oh. The 5th series of A League of Their Own starts tonight at 9 on Sky One HD.
I'm very tired.
Nearly there, sweetheart. About 11.
It's a real nightmare when your card is lost or stolen. But NatWest's emergency cash service means you could still get your cash, even if you don't have your card.
Let me get it sorted.
Call anytime, and you'll be given a special code, which you can use at any NatWest cash machine to withdraw up to £300. NatWest is part of the only banking group to offer this service. Isn't it time you switched to a more helpful bank? NatWest. Helpful banking.
If your kids like films with animals, action heroes, sing-alongs, or whatever else, then you and your family will love Netflix. Netflix is a new service that lets you watch unlimited films and TV episodes on your PC or TV via a game console or other devices connected to the internet. Search by age or character and get information that helps you make the right choices for your family. It's instant, it's unlimited, and it's only £6 a month. Start your free trial.
There's been a massive takeover on Space Prison MS-1.
What we want is freedom, or we crash this prison.
We can send in one man, Snow.
I'm thrilled that you would think of me. Flown to space, get inside the maximum security nut house. It's a dream vacation.
The control room's on the other side.
Really?
Lockout. Come on, it'll be fun.
We've got some exciting weather ahead of us with £15 summer holidays with the sun sweeping the country. We're going to see fun-filled school holidays with the families and lots of sunshine appearing up and down the country in all the holiday parks. So, what are you waiting for? Running ball!
Summer holidays from £15 are back. Start collecting tokens in this Saturday's 50p Sun.
The DVLA already has.
This weekend at Homebase, there's 15% off everything when you spend £50. That's 15% on top of our other great offers. Homebase.
Iron Brew sponsors Super League on Sky Sports.
We have got the red button and we've got Super League extra time.
Well, it really was a magnificent 80 minutes. I'm in the company of Barry and Terry.
They were phenomenal. They push themselves and they think that they can't push themselves anymore.
Plenty more to talk about. With a bit of luck, they could have won this game.
I've not witnessed anything like that for a long, long time.
And make sure that we win every game we can.
We've also got the build-up to all the weekend's fixtures. What do the tipsters say? Super League, extra time.
Yeah, Brian and the boys follow us for Super League extra time. The coaches' interviews from here, the match analysis with John and Phil, and the previews for the rest of the weekend's matches. You press the red button and you can actually now record the programme as well, if you wish, in 2012. We're going to be looking back on some detail. A bit stuttering first half, really. Leeds 16-6 up, and Brian McDermott, the Champions coach, making a point or two to his players in that dressing room. Got off to a great start, didn't they? 12-0 up after 11 minutes. Then I suppose you have to credit the Catalan Dragons for staging something of a comeback, and they really did pen the Leeds Rhinos back on their own line. They couldn't make the possession pay really until they finally got over for the try from Louis Anderson after about at least half a dozen sets of 6 consecutively. But when you think, had Steve Menzies there just taking a swig out the bottle, had he held on to that ball, who knows what might have happened, John?
Yeah, exactly, Eddie. The Catalan Dragons never won it, heading little in the first 5 minutes to suggest they'd change that. Penalty given upfield for offside, and on their first kick, their first meaningful attack, Kevin Sinfield asked a question of Damien Cardas under the high ball. He was never allowed to answer it because of that brilliant take by Ben Jones-Bishop, which took Leeds Rhinos down 6-0 the first score. The Dragons with an early opportunity, though, after Leeds' fumble, set him out to Sarr across field and then finds Cardas. Now, I know he has pace, but I think this is a little bit naive from the young wingman, bundled into touch on the first tackle. Leeds, well, they're not making the same mistakes. This, a planned scrum move, and as we pick up Vincent Duport here, the player takes the wrong man. Just that little jump onto the left-hand foot gives Webb enough room to commit the winger, and then Ryan Hall over to extend that Leeds Rhinos lead. And this signalled the start of the game proper for the Dragons, I feel. Successive sets in possession built real pressure. They were looking for one man to isolate one man. It ended up being Ablett there on the edge. 2-on-1 now. Price commits in before finally putting Louis Anderson in, as you said, Eddie, after a long period on that goal line. The Rhinos' response, though, was immediate. Look at Scott Giroux here. He's late into and now late out of this tackle. That's crucial because he's in a rush now. The play's already started. He's still getting himself set, and he slips at the vital moment. Henderson now has to hold. Ablett makes the most of it. Lovely feet bringing in Cardas. Ben Jones-Bishop scores a second try. You get the feeling that forward pack selection and rotation selection by Brian McDermott has really paid dividends, have neutralised this formidable Catalan pack, and you also get the feeling that it's only a matter of time, if they want, that the Leeds Rhinos could put this game to bed against a tired and disorganised looking Catalan Dragons side. The only thing that he will have in the back of his head, that little niggle in the back of his mind, is that perhaps 10 points against the Catalan Dragons is not enough. Back to you, Ed.
Good to see that you've got a fan club behind you, John. They're all giving you a bit of stick there and waving.
What they're saying.
I think we better get away quickly. All right, we'll talk to John at the end of the match. We have seen, John Keir, the Catalan Dragons stage some pretty remarkable comebacks this year. I'm thinking of Langtree Park against St Helens. Do you think we might get another one?
Not if the evidence of the first half's anything to go by. I've been really disappointed how they've played. Normally, when you watch the Catalan Dragon and an offload comes in, or there's some broken field play, it's like an excitement button's pressed and everybody jumps on board, everybody pushes into gaps, and there's lots of options. Tonight, it just isn't like that. They look flat, they look lacking enthusiasm, and they've been totally outplayed. So there'll have to be a drastic turnaround in the half-time dressing rooms for them to come out and get anything out of this game.
I'm looking for an excuse here for the Catalan Dragons. They've been away from home since, when, last Friday night, Saturday morning probably. It's been a long week away, a lot of hard work, weather poor, rain. You know, not what they used to. I just wonder if they've come in a little bit out of sorts.
No, I don't think that's it at all. I think they've got the professional rugby league players, and they perform to the best of their ability week in, week out. And they've had a good week's preparation, but it doesn't reflect that how they've played the first 40. But let's not take anything away from Leeds. The Leeds forward pack have nullified the Catalan Dragons go forward, And we said beforehand, they were weak in the three quarters. Well, that's exactly where the Rhinos have got the joy from, either from kicks to the young winger or from a set play from a scrum where there was a bit of indecision on the edge, on the right edge of the Catalan Dragons, and Leeds scored. So full marks to Leeds, but the Dragons really will have to turn it around.
Well, the good thing from a neutral point of view, which of course all of you, the majority of you watching at home and all of us here in the studio concerned, it is not over yet. 10 points. It's not a winning lead, and the Catalan Dragons, they do have a bit of history of fighting their way back into a match. Agree with John, though. They'll have to vastly improve in the first half, but Wilson's at them at the moment. Knows.
Sponsors Super League on Sky Sports.
At the bridge, a semi-final night to remember. Hit the bar, hit the post, saved, cleared.
Chelsea in trouble here. Didier Drogba! What an important goal that is!
So Chelsea seized their chance. In Barcelona, can they do it again?
Against the odds, against the run of play.
Or will Messi make amends and take the champions to Munich? The semi-final of the UEFA Champions League, Tuesday at 7, Sky Sports 2.
Get dressed for the occasion and join the 70s disco at Twickenham in May for the Marriott London 7.
That's superb!
Unbeatable rugby entertainment.
Just brilliant.
Electric atmosphere.
Oh, he's gone away.
Rugby all day long.
Drives on and scores.
The Marriott London 7, Saturday the 12th and Sunday the 13th of May. Tickets from £18. Book now at rfu.com/London 7. Subject to availability. Booking fees apply.
Whatever you're planning to save for, you want to be sure your money's working as hard as it can. With a Lloyds TSB fixed-rate cash ISA, put £10,000 or more away for 2 years and you'll earn a tax-free interest rate of 3.7%. For more information about our 2-year fixed-rate ISA, visit us in branch. Lloyds TSB, for the journey.
We believe that if love is a chemical reaction, chemistry has a good chance to make the world a more harmonious place. Chemistry works so that plasters end up loving the water. Families are less afraid of energy bills. And even cars and city centres get along better. That's why we don't just make chemicals, we create chemistry. BASF, the chemical company.
So, when are you going to sort this lawn out? Here, try this.
Miracle Grow Patch Magic, a 3-in-1 mix of seed, feed and absorbent growing material that expands when watered to protect the seeds so your grass will grow 50% thicker with half the water.
Wonder what else I could work on, eh?
Oi!
When you defy convention, throw away what already exists, then you can make a breakthrough. Introducing SkyActiv technology. Efficiency and performance together at last. Now, in the all-new Mazda CX-5.
Iron Brew sponsors Super League on Sky Sports.
Well, there are the bare facts of the first half. Leeds ahead 16-6. Behind the facts, though, Phil's stats.
The first half shows really which team has possession and how long they hold it for. The start of the game was pretty even, and then we saw, with the 3 tries on the left-hand side for Leeds, very limited possession. Just look at the amount of consecutive sets of possession that Catalan had before the try. They did remarkably well with that. Now, the other things they've done well, Leeds, they've made more tackles and missed fewer than their opponents. Remarkable as well, some great quality as well as some quantity in there. And when they've carried the ball, well, they've just been more aggressive. They've made far more metres, even though both sides have about the same amount of possession.
OK, can the Catalan Dragons improve on that? They will get the second half underway, thanks to Scott Duro's right boot. Here we go, 40 minutes. And they'll have to improve, Steve-O, if they're going to get anything out of this, if they're going to get that elusive first ever win on this ground.
Yeah, I think you can see it on the face of the coach, Trent Robinson, that he really needed it, and they've given away a silly penalty again. It's not the best start to this second stanza, and we kept mentioning through that first half that they had to really up the tempo, and the experience there of Steve Menzies letting himself down, really, he knows he shouldn't have had a second bite at that. Quite frankly, Leeds, as far as I'm concerned, that first 40 minutes, I thought that they played well within themselves. They weren't doing everything at breakneck speed. They were just controlling, make sure that they keep the errors low, and their hard forwards are setting the scene for what could be a pretty convincing win tonight.
When we talk about the embarrassment that Leeds suffered in losing last July in Australia, I think it was inevitable that the Rhinos were going to be up for this game. They've been up for the first half. They now need to do it for the second quarter.
Saints are up for the challenge against Widnes. Widnes having pushed them so close in the cup, 32-0 there. One-way traffic, really. This, anything but. And the Catalan Dragons still in the hunt, but they will have to up the ante a bit. Leeds on the last tackle on the back of the first penalty of this second half. And with Maguire looking to get the ball in the corner, they find Ablett, they find Sinfield. This will be a wonderful try if they get it, but they won't because Griffin is all wrapped up. That's the turnover, and Leeds having that possession at the other end of the field because of the first penalty of the second half. They had the last three of the first.
Well, you've got to give them credit, and the Rhinos are quite happy to just, rather than the kick, the power play on that short blind side. That's why I think mentally, I think that the Leeds players realise they've got the better of their opposition. It's been a very, very well-controlled effort.
But I'm with Phil, Steve, I really do. I think that the players will probably deny it, and the coaches publicly, but I think last year's shellacking that they got down in the south of France really has been a major motivating force for them.
Catalan Dragons in possession here. We're inside their own half. That was Jason Batieri who played that ball. Surprised to see him only on the bench tonight, I must confess, because I thought he played well. Certainly against Warrington, when we saw him. There's another lost ball for the Catalan Dragons. This will be driving Trent Robinson crackers, I would think.
Yeah, well, they went for the power play. Remember, against Warrington, it looked as though he was going to kick, and then through the dummy went through. Not on that occasion. The Leeds outfit very well aware of what he's capable of. And again, Leeds, they'll just go through the motions, big forwards, take them into a good position. The way that Brent Webb is chiming into the three-quarter line, he's enjoying himself tonight.
Maguire just dropped the shoulder, turned the other way, gets away from Batieri, and then loops the pass into the arms of Brett Delaney.
It surprised me how the Rhinos, with considerable ease, they're getting over that advantage line.
Good nice offload, yeah. Moore finds Maguire again. He then gives it to Webb. There's three lined up down this touchline. Webb comes that way, gives it to Hardaker. It opened up a little bit for Hardaker. Missed tackle by the Dragons. Another 1-2. In the end, they get him down 8 metres shy of the line. Sean Lunt and Sinfield. Maguire again. Loses the ball. The feature of this match, a lot of lost ball. A lot of turnover of possession, both sides.
Well, to be fair to Leeds, I thought they controlled it in that first half, and maybe it wasn't on there for Danny Maguire to try to offload. He knows it as well, but they're in a pretty good position, and they know that they've handled anything that Catalan has thrown at them. Their defence has been good.
We've had 4 minutes of the second half, but we can't see an increase in the aggression or intensity from the Catalan Dragons for them to have any chance, I think, in this game. They might fluke a try with an interception, but at the moment, a tackle typical as that are being won all the time by Leeds. Every single collision goes in favour of the Leeds players. They're controlling the ruck better, and somehow the Dragons need to find a spark here to get themselves into this match.
And he's trying to find it there with that little run is Henderson. Menzies spins away from a bit of trouble, but then attracts some more. Still hangs on. Come July, he will become the oldest man ever to play in Super League. Remember Brad Davis in Castleford all those years ago? He'll overtake his mark.
Oh, great tackle there, finished off by Daryl Griffin. They really have kept a good eye on Liam Price, not much opportunity, and that's good pressure applied there.
It is, because the kick is straight to Brent Webb, deep in Leeds territory. Here comes Ryan Hall, he's got a fine head of steam. Halted by Stackpool. Maguire finds Webb. Webb then infield to Ben Jones-Bishop. Sinfield waiting, he's just weighing up the options both ways. Comes left, Peacock takes it forward.
And again, Leeds just settling things down. They're not rushing, they're just taking their time, getting them, working themselves into a good position. And again, over the advantage line. Not the best defence by the Dragons.
Delaney brought to ground, plays it. It's with Sinfield. Now Kirk, he spins out of one tackle. Big man Kirk, support with him. Couldn't get it away to Webb. Good defence to Rowe. It was all round him, and so too was Daryl Millard.
Sinfield wants it.
On the last, Sinfield's got it, and pumps it to the corner again. And Stackpool has dropped it, and that is a try. That's a try for Zach Hardacre.
No doubt in my mind, but certainly a bit of doubt in the man with the whistle, Ben Thaler.
They're checking also whether
did he ground
they
it?
dropped the ball but then grounded it, the Catalan Dragons.
But it looks okay about being onside. Kicking game from Sinfield tonight has been outstanding, hasn't it? It's caused all sorts of problems for the visitors.
Stackpool went for it, and then did he ground it? No.
No. Tried his damnedest. Oh, it's his hand, can't control it.
Well, that'd be no try if it was up the other end, wouldn't it, John Keir? You're looking a bit sceptical there.
This is a try for Leeds.
Yes.
Does he not ground it on the try line? I don't think he does, John, but that could be a decision, in which case it'd be a goal line dropout. You see that sometimes from kickoffs to start games.
You do, but
when the player catches it and the ball touches the ground in the in-goal area, or on the try line.
I think there's been separation there, and it's travelled forward.
I don't think he's put downward pressure on it. I think this will be given a try to Zach Hardacre. Well, the kicking game has completely confused Catalan tonight.
Well, Sinfield's just kicked Stackpool and Cardas into oblivion. I think that's a try.
Yeah, Zach Hardacre looks like he has got the 4-pointer here. Try is given to Hardacre. 11 tries now for the campaign for him. 8 in a row that Zach Hardacre has scored for the Leeds Rhinos, as you see.
And the ease that Kevin Sinfield got this kick away, look at that. He'd have made a cup of tea before he kicked that one, right into the corner. Not the best approach. And the winger comes up with a real mess. Should have gone forward and maybe dived to try to take it on the full. Either way, you take your chances, and the centre, Zach Hardacre, who's having a great season, is given the nod.
And Sinfield adds the extras, 22 points to 6.
Most players have a plot of land in which they think they're responsible for defending, and Cyril Stackpool probably thought his was out wide on the wing. The clever thing that Kevin Sinfield did was make Cyril Stackpool move. He had to run in field 10 or 15 metres. By the time he got there, he couldn't collect the ball. 4 more points, 6 more as it is, the Leeds Rhinos, and possibly the end of their hopes here on this ground for another year.
Well, Cyril Stackpool, this is his first appearance of the year in Super League. He did play last week in the Cup at Hull KR, but this is his first appearance of the Super League. His last appearance, actually, in the weekly rounds, came here last May, and they lost that one as well by 30 points to 6.
Well, whatever Trent Robinson did at St Helens when they produced that remarkable fight back.
Got to do it again.
Exactly right.
And to be fair, that night, I mean, I've got the worst possible memory. Everything, slips into the memory bank. But I don't think they were playing much better than this at St Helens at the start of the second half. I think they mounted a remarkable fight back.
Yeah, it was. It was unbelievable, but I just can't see it happening tonight. And by the way, your name's Eddie.
I look for an envelope every day to find out who I am.
I just can't see it because the control in defence by Leeds.
They were 26-8 down at Saints, by the way.
Well, they are capable of it, we know that. They play some very attractive rugby league football, but we haven't seen the spark from the two half-backs, Price and Duro.
Remember last year when the Catalan Dragons took this decision to stay in England for a week? It was Warrington and Wigan, wasn't it, successive weeks, and they won both of them. I just asked John at half-time, Phil, whether he thought that this overnight stay, this week out of the usual run of things would have affected them tonight.
It is possible, but I think it's more to do with the fact that 13 of the 17 Leeds players here tonight experienced an embarrassing event last July in France, and it's recent enough and it's been reminded enough and spoken about in the media for them to have a motivating factor this week as they've prepared. You know, they've lost possession here, perhaps a glimmer of a hope with a half an hour to go, but there'd have to be a dramatic turnaround in the way that they carry the ball here. Leeds defence, we showed you the numbers and the stats, but the quality of what they're doing here and controlling their opponents is one of the reasons why we're not seeing all of those familiar offloads that we used to see from the Catalan Dragons.
44-0 at St Helens. I don't think there'll be a Catalan Dragons style comeback for witness. Here we've got half an hour left. To better play the ball and a bit quicker too. Set him out to Sarr, gets the ball away. And here's Millard and Henderson. And now it's young Batieri who finds Lapini Peya. And Price has got his hands on the ball, just as he did at St Helens, and so has Menzies, and they've scored here, the Dragons.
Great inside pass by Price. The old fella Menzies has put them back into it.
Have we written them off too soon, the Catalan Dragons? Steve Menzies. I remember in that famous night at St Helens that Price got his hands on the ball about 3 times in the second half and changed the course of the game. He's just got his hands on the ball here and produced this try for Steve Menzies.
Well, it was Ryan Hall that lost the ball and gave them the opportunity. And it was a beautiful, beautiful inside pass. Got so close, and when they got it away, you could see this Leeds defence for the first time during the game. They hesitated and not gone to the man. Beautiful. Great offload, great finish as well by Menzies. Well, you're right, Eddie. Are we in for something spectacular? And it will be. You mentioned St Helens. Surely they can't do it again. No doubt about the grounding.
And Duro adds the extras. Goes from 22-6 to 22-12 in the blink of an eye. Well,
he spoke about how important Leon Price was, but I think it was Batieri who first of all played the ball quickly, then he gets his hands on the ball there, changes completely the point of attack, and that opens up a bit of space for Price, who just pops the ball up for Menzies to score. But Batieri was very, very important in that passage of play, and you never know.
You never know, indeed. Suddenly they're running with vim and vigour.
Well, that's the best run we've seen from the prop forward pair, and as you say, we were calling for that vim and vigour to be brought into their game in that first half. And when Hardacre got that nod for the try, the head started to drop, but Menzies had given them a slight hope.
We have, and it's his first try. Or rather, if you remember, he scored his first try on this ground. He's got his hands on the ball again here now. He scored his first try for the Kangaroos on this ground 18 years ago, 1994. He's a remarkable story of longevity, this fellow.
Certainly is a legend.
Duro's kick is high and behind Webb. Wooden Jones-Bishop has come for it.
Oh, and that is given away a penalty.
High shot. I think he's been found out here.
Well, the kick was superb, and all he had to do was go down. Just a lazy one. He's claiming that he hit the back first, but he finishes up into the head.
Set him out to Sarr, isn't it?
Yep.
And that's a missed opportunity of another momentum change, in all honesty, because if he'd have bent his back and just got his shoulder into his midriff there. He'd have taken him into the in goal, a repeat set, and there's more momentum building, but he's let Leeds off the hook there.
Yes, he has. This is a chance of a clearing penalty from Sinfield.
And Leeds will go back to type. They'll take it nice and steady and just slowly but surely get themselves in a good position. Good, solid, hard running.
Delaney once more. He's in good form this year, selected for the Exiles. Those matches coming up in June and July.
I've been impressed the way that Sean Lunt has settled into this Leeds outfit very quickly. He's certainly earned his spurs tonight. So is this fella.
Yes, Ablett's good run again. He took Leon Price just off his feet then. Here's Maguire again. Menzies just slid in. And Saints have hit the 50 mark against Widnes.
Kick into the corner, is it? Oh, dribbled through. It's a teaser as well.
It's a nice kick. Young Cardas has to do something here. He gets it out of danger, admittedly. Rose asking for a quick play of the ball.
So it seems to me that on a lot of occasions tonight, Leeds have committed more defenders to their ball carrier than they do in previous games. Very often they've tried to get 3 men into that tackle, and as I say, maybe it's something to do with a reflection of the size of the Dragons. There's another big fella taking it forward, bouncing through some. But most of the game so far, they've controlled their ruck speed. All of a sudden now we're seeing 1 or 2 quicker play the balls, and that's an invitation for Leon Price to run with the ball.
Now then, is it a little chip over the top from Duro? No, it's gone for length, and that'll be easy for Webb. Oh, he's turned him around though.
He has. It's a chase like. And they've arrived.
There's plenty of them.
Letting him run until he straightens it up, and then Duport and Stackle will deal with the threat. Here goes Ryan Hall, taking on Price.
Just get the feeling that Leon Price is slowly but surely getting into this game. We've certainly seen more of him in the second half than we did in the first 40.
Penalty given away by Leon Price. Interference at the play of the ball.
Well, I'm not so sure about that one either, but Leon Price looks bemused. Not on his own.
You know, in the last few weeks they've given them 2 soft penalties, haven't they? Getting them away from that end of the field and taking the pressure that could be on them here now with a 10-point deficit. The Dragons become dangerous like they did at St Helens.
Webb gets it away to Delaney once again. Gatieri low down. And 2 more come in and finish the job off. Lunt, Peacock, Sinfield. Ablett nearly went without it, under pressure from Vincent Duport, but held on.
Wasn't the best from Sinfield, did well to hang on to it, but I've got to give a lot of praise for the lead skipper, you know, Kevin Sinfield tonight.
That's a great offload too from Peacock to Maguire.
He's controlled things out there. It wouldn't surprise me if we finish up with Laryngitis because he just never stopped talking to his players.
Ablett. It was forward, it went forward first. It bounced back off the Catalan Dragon's hand. And that meant immediately it is a knock-on.
Tried his damnedest, didn't he, Ablett? Good pressure as well by Leon Price. It's always dangerous when you get the full-back Brent Webb joining in the 3/4 line and being the big fella. He's had a tremendous game, Carl Ablett.
I think the referee has had something said out of turn in his ear and wants a word.
You swear again, but you swear at all, you're going to sit down. I'm not having it. You sort him out. Yeah. Tell him off.
There you go. He's the boss. He's the man with the whistle.
Say that, Danny. Back on. Out.
I think Leeds realise now as we approach the final quarter that if they can just keep this solid defence up, try to make sure that the French outfit do not get anywhere near the halfway line, and with defence like that, they'll achieve it.
Fierce defence.
Yeah.
Fierce defence. It was Lulawai who was very much involved in that. That lifts everybody around him. Well, they are determined, Leeds, by the looks of things here, to snuff out any chance of a Catalan Dragons revival. That's an offload. No, it didn't go backwards. And the pressure on the Catalan Dragons there to try and work the ball away from their own line.
Yeah, it did go forward. He tried to offload it, but the fingertip dragged it onto his own body.
When it hit their man's leg, it's in front.
Then hit the ground. Sufficient.
You know, you see offloads like that when your forwards aren't able to make dents and get that quick play of the ball. There's a frustration, isn't there? That an hour into this game almost, they're not able to do what they normally do against other teams. Get downfield quickly and look dangerous. Here's a high tackle and another penalty for Leeds.
Well, I don't think he'll bother taking the 2 points. Henderson finished him off, and there was a bit of a scratch from Leon Price, gave him a little bit of a facial.
Well, it's a penalty to Leeds, and here comes Peacock. And still going, Peacock!
What a run.
Been good tonight. Good tonight, Jamie.
He always works hard, doesn't he?
Lunt is waiting, fires the pass to Sinfield. Lulawai.
He's dragged the defence in now as Lulawai. Will they do a quick switch?
No, Lunt will get a try in his debut. That will delight him. That will delight Brian McDermott. It will probably annoy the devil out of Huddersfield Giants. But Sean Lunt play the ball, play the ball, and in for his first try in Leeds colours. 26 last Sunday, on loan from the Giants till the end of the year. A sub in half of the Giants' matches this year, and incredibly, as we watch the try again, his Huddersfield debut against the Catalan Dragons when he was there in 2008.
I'm taking nothing away from him because he's had a fine game as Sean Lunt. But the Catalan coach, Trent Robinson, will be screaming at that effort from the markers. He takes his opportunity. He's a fine player. He took the place of this fella, Rob Barrow, and Barrow. I thought perhaps it may affect Leeds tonight. It hasn't, and surely this is an extra 2.
Should be, because it's bang in front, and it is. And they've got quite a player in Sean Lunt, because that is his 92nd try in a career that, as I say, began for Huddersfield against the Catalan Dragons just 4 years ago.
You said, Mike, that he's taken the place of Rob Burrow. I think if you look at last year in total, he's actually taken the place of Danny Buderis, a hooker who played here for a number of years, great experience. Rob Burrow was that luxury item that they had on the bench, who they put into the middle of the field at times, and we all remember them wonderful tries scored in the grand final. Here's a short kick-off, and Catalan will get the ball back. But what he has to do, I suppose, is combine with Burrow here now for the rest of the season in that vital role now behind the play the ball so often.
Well, that appeared to me as though it was a knock-on eventually by Catalan. Either way, they've got the head and feed.
Well, it was flicked back, wasn't it, from the kick-off, and then it seemed to go forward.
Never mind.
They won't be arguing.
No.
Leeds might. Millard. Good tackling by Maguire.
Danny, be careful!
Price. There was a bit of a shove then by Danny Maguire as Millard got to his feet.
Been a great team effort by the Rhinos tonight. They've worked hard for each other and shared the workload.
Ben Fisher's out there now, number 26.
You know, there was a time at Leeds went through a period whereby they did a lot of talking to the officials. They seem to have cut that out, and they're controlling on the job at hand, and that's playing rugby league.
What a tackle that was from Lulawai as well on Stakul. Duro to Price. Here's Menzies again. Always danger when Menzies has the ball. Double movement. No try.
Yeah, penalty. And I suppose with the scoreline at 28-12, it's worth having a gamble, but deep down he knows. He raises the arm. He knows that the ball carrying arm hits the deck and say, oh, well, why not? If it had been a few points between the two sides, I can assure you Menzies wouldn't even attempt at that.
Let's go down to the sideline and Bill.
Eddie, is real frustration in the Catalan camp on the in the way the second half has gone for them, because they came out thinking they really were still in the hunt in this game, and virtually from the word go in the second half, they just haven't, well, they've continued not to do themselves justice here. They have been really bottled up by this very disciplined, very controlled Leeds Rhinos side, and it's virtually snuffed out what the Catalan Dragons do best.
This is what Ryan Hall does best. Down the wing, halted on this occasion by Duport. Hardacre to Webb. Cut out pass finds Sinfield. Taken up in the air by Lee Smith. This is Sinfield. And Delaney and Bailey will score for Leeds Rhinos. Ryan Bailey. Third in a row at loose forward. He has started here, the man who made his name as the prop forward. He scored against Wakefield last week in the Challenge Cup. It's a rare thing to see Ryan Bailey go over for a try. Almost as rare as seeing Terry O'Connor in his day go over for a try. But Bailey has got 2 in a row.
Well, it's a new freedom, isn't it? Play it loose forwards, you can run out wide, you don't have to go down that central reservation, and it's finished off well. But the build-up to this was, again, superb. And leading the way is the skipper, Kevin Sinfield. He's been outstanding tonight, not only with his goal kicking, but he has just shown the way all the way through this match. And Bailey finishes it off, but it was quick hands and quick play the ball, allowed Sinfield to go down that short line side, give the big fella the opportunity.
Well, he missed 3 matches for having a slight altercation with the referee at Warrington. He laid hands on him, not allowed to touch the officials, of course. Got the 3-match ban, and he's been pretty good since he's come back.
He's been very good, Eddie, and you know, it's nice to see him sitting in a channel, big man v little man, and coming up with a try, which he's doing pretty regularly now.
And Sinfield, in off the post. When it's your night, it's your night. And it's going to be Leeds' night now. I can't see a Catalan comeback.
No, that is for sure. The Rhinos have been quite superb, both with ball in hand, and we've kept harping on about their defence. This is the in-off shot.
So gone to the short kick-off again, the Catalan Dragons. That's a knock-on.
Well, they've got it. Oh, no, now they've got into touch.
It's going to be the first offence. Sure. Oh. Well, should that not be a knock-on against Leeds?
Well, nobody touched it there.
There it is. There he says it's gone backwards.
Well, that went forward, didn't it? Sean Lunt very fortunate to get away with it. I think he knows it deep down.
That's correct. Please scum. It's correct. Checked.
Well, just less than 15 minutes to go, and I think you'll find that the Rhinos will go what they call pleasure time now. Bit of individuality from some of the quality players. Keep your eye on Maguire and Sinfield. They'll be throwing a few dummies here, there and everywhere, and why not?
Yeah, there might be all the tricks of the trade here.
Yep.
Sinfield, little spin.
3. Move! Here we are, boys. Hold it!
Let's go quickly down to Bill.
He was just mentioning earlier on the frustration in the Catalan camp, and 1 or 2 players out there are beginning to show that. They've taken one of them off. In fact, Ian Henderson was just beginning to lose his cool a little bit. I think that's probably the other risk in the last 14 minutes here. They've got Ben Fisher out there, who's on a 2-month loan from the Batley Bulldogs, so at least he'll be well coached anyway.
Stand, boys.
I think you'd agree with that, John, wouldn't you? But I don't think he actually ever played for the Batley Bulldogs, did he?
Back on. Out.
No, but I'm hoping that he does in the near future.
Well, they're the best players to coach, and they're the ones that they don't play.
Here he is.
Well, he's a tough hombre, this fella, Ben Fisher, and he certainly won't let the side down.
A nice trip to the south of France via Batley. Did you actually have him in a training session?
No, I played in a trial game. At Keighley, but and he trained very, very well. He's an ultimate professional. He's a real good player.
Hold it. Go.
And you want him back, is the message in French.
Oui.
4. Move!
That's the royal we, is it?
Go. Keep going, Kelly.
Well, the only thing
him back. Here's Duro.
Yeah, the only thing left for the French outfit is to gain a little bit of confidence now to at least try to get a couple of tries just to for them to build on. And referee surely shouts held, and he does.
5.
Price infield to Duro again,
okay.
And a kick into the in-goal area, and Sinfield taking no chances.
I think any team that can score 44 points against Warrington doesn't have a problem with confidence. It's been their application tonight. They've not been aggressive enough, both in attack and defence, really, and I think they've been out-muscled is the term that a lot of people use in this sport now.
I was going to ask you, the last time we saw them was 11 days ago against Warrington. They were brilliant, absolutely brilliant. What is it that had changed it round in the space of a fortnight?
You can't get up like
going, boys, please.
Every single game, and you know, there were games where Leeds looked flat, but they had a reason, a stronger one that we're all aware of, for them to get up and peak for this game. They wanted payback for something that happened last July. I think they wanted as well to prove that they are contenders. They've lost against Wigan. They've lost against Huddersfield and St Helens, so I think maybe Leeds needed to prove to themselves that they are a competitive side this year, that they can do it. Last year wasn't a fluke when they got to the grand final, and they will be there or thereabouts this year.
Yes, and they've conceded a penalty here to the Catalan Dragons. Kalulawai needs to clear the ruck quicker, says the referee. They have closed the gap on the Dragons tonight with this win, and we're assuming it's a win.
They'll be back to 6.
Cheers, it's Mazzero.
Millard, the man who scored that last-minute try.
Yep, wiped them away. Another 6 for visitors. As I say, they need to just come away from this game with set up a few inside moves or things like that. They got another penalty. Leeds.
High shot.
Yeah. Ooh, a bit of a problem there for Brent Webb. He's not well. He's leaning against the post. He's got a bad knock on the head.
It was Webb who was involved in the tackle on Casti.
We're starting behind there. Ben, okay.
Seeing if the heg is growing on his head.
Gatieri.
Ryan. Time's up. Whoa.
A little bit excited.
Well, the referee should not get himself involved in this. Just stand back and have a watch. Check who's being involved.
Well, it's Ryan Bailey's in there.
Well, with all due respect to Ryan, he's never far away from it.
Take your boys over there, please.
Go fucking run the ball. Fuck's sake.
And a little bit of industrial language. I apologise for that on the players' behalf.
Well, Brett Delaney knocked the arm down because he said he was being held, and then they all started piling in.
That always looks quite dangerous to me when a player tries to knock an arm.
Yeah, it should.
Off him.
To me, I think it should be banned, but nothing wrong with doing into the tackle that you can grab your opposition.
Where is it, Glenn? Come here. Kevin!
Ben Taylor talking to his touch judge. He's okay. You two get off.
Right, just listen to me, please. You hand over your shirt. Fine. You then can't take the law into your own hands and start hitting his arm. Wait, whoa. I am talking. You're listening, right? You hand over your shirt and you hit his arm. That's it. You go away. Ryan, come here, please. Yeah, well, in a minute. I'll go with you. No, I can't punch like that. Right. I don't need you running in like that. Cool down. Listen, sir! No.
He's laying the law down, isn't he, Ben Taylor?
Right, we've got the incident sorted out. Okay, I don't need you then running in. All right, let's think about what we're doing. Penalties here.
He doesn't mind getting involved, does he, Ben Taylor?
No. But he very nearly got it from there's another one.
That was a high shot, and I think he just sort of said, oh well, let him go on with this one. Now they do want it. Payer.
Casti. Well, it's sparked it up.
A little bit too late though for the French outfit. Oh, they don't like it. Casti, he had his eyes open.
Duro is grounded.
Line side's a bit loose.
Fisher. Gets to his feet. Batieri. Duro. Leon Price. And Menzies. The ball eventually finds its way to Stakul, who's in retreat and is grounded by Hall. That's the last tackle. They've lost ground. 14 metres of it. Fisher.
Got to get to the corner.
Duro. goes to the corner. Oh, and it bounces off the legs of Cardas, and that's the end of that.
Well, it wasn't a back kick, was it? It's just the execution by the winger. Couldn't control it. And again, the trundling forwards of the Rhinos tonight, who, as I mentioned earlier, they've shared the workload, and that's great to see.
And we said, didn't we, John, before the match started, that the inclusion of Bailey at loose forward was a statement of intent, really, from Leeds. It's going to be a bit like this.
And they've dominated that middle channel. Leeds have dominated both, with Leeds going forward and preventing the Catalans going forward. So all credit to Brian McDermott and to his forwards for carrying out the plan.
Casti was asking for a knock-on then against Cardi Lulawai. If it wasn't seen. Into the last 10. This is the last tackle, this set of 6 for Leeds. It's with the kicker-in-chief. Sinfield measured kick, looking for Ryan Hall. Finding Ryan Hall. And bravery in defence in the end.
He's been brilliant. Kevin Sinfield not only has just marshalled his troops, but the kicking game has been outstanding. He has been a real thorn in the side for this Catalan outfit.
Beanie Payer held on the second, looking at somebody there about something that went on and marching forward. Duro into open space behind the defenders. They're asking Cardas to use that pace of his, and that's exactly what he's doing. Oh, but that's brilliant from Ben Jones-Bishop. That's tremendous.
How cool was that? It's great to see a youngster with all the confidence. It was a good kick as well. He's pretty fast as Cardas.
Here is Ryan Bailey.
Well, we said the strength of the forwards who would dominate would certainly come away with the spoils, and Brian McDermott must be very, very happy with the... It's been the composure that's impressed me about the forwards.
Wire switches the direction. Kirk.
That's fine.
Set him out to Sarr. Got to him.
Wait, go.
Last one here for Leeds. Kick from Maguire. Away from Sarr. No, it's going to be a kick from Sinfield.
Okay.
And it's a good one. It's got the backspin on it, but it'll be right down the throat. Pull back now. It's trundling away.
Millard then infield to Stakul. Leeds hounding and harassing the ball carrier from start to finish.
Well, how close to this can they play for the rest of the season? Because this is impressive. I said in the first half it was like World Club Challenge style defence, the way that they approached that game against the Manly Seagulls. And even now in the last 10 minutes with a comfortable lead, they're still lucky as they want to get into the right position. Duro makes a break out wide.
He does. Has anyone got a chance of going with him? That's an intelligent kick for Leon Price. And then the collision between everybody, and it comes away to Ryan Hall, and Ryan Hall launches the counter-attack.
And fair play to Ryan Hall as well. He went from the left-hand side of the field, he came across, anticipated the kick from Scott Duro.
Touch judge is on the far side, Robert Hicks, I think it is.
Now was Duro taken out when and after he kicked the football?
Knocked him over and pushed him into touch.
Where's that? He's over here.
Sounds like Delaney is going to be penalised for a late challenge on the kicker.
Not that challenge. It's won by Brett Delaney on the row. Here.
Can't see anything in that, really, having had another look at
that. It's
that.
won on Brett Delaney.
Well, it got rid of the ball, Eddie, and you can't just go and...
Steve, I think it was almost simultaneous. Look, he was committed to that.
They could have pulled out from that, I'm sure.
Anyway, it's another chance for Leeds to show how good they are tonight in defence. Fakir just pushes the man away from him. Thierry. It's tremendous Leeds defence, this will have pleased Brian McDermott no end.
Yep, and especially with the fact how Sean Lunt has played as well. He looks as though he's been playing for Leeds for months, never mind having his debut.
62-0, St Helens against Widnes. Doesn't get any better for Dennis Betts and his team, does it? They got so close in the cup. This is Millard.
Move! Go.
Fisher. stabbed to the in-goal area and flicked away. Good work, dropout. Good defence from Maguire.
Yeah, it was a set move as well. He realised it. Steve Menzies. Good work there by Ben Fisher. Thinking all the time, okay, the game's gone, we know that, and he knows it too.
I think that what's makes Maguire's effort so impressive, because the game has gone, but he was still willing to sort of sweep round the back and bat the ball out of play just to keep the scoreline to the Dragons at 12.
There's the goal line dropout. They went short. Menzies, maybe they fancy doing a little bit more defence in the last 6 minutes or so. And look at that. That's terrific defence.
Sums it up. Epitomises the evening completely. And Brian McDermott will pinpoint this. Well, I think he was moving all the time, wasn't he? I mean, I know it's difficult to make the decision.
It was moving, Steve, but you shouldn't drag. You can't drag players now to the touchline.
So should that have been a penalty, John?
I believe so, yes.
The defence is rewarded, though, isn't it? And look at the way that Leeds celebrate that defence as well.
Sit there, boys. Out! Shane, get your hand in that screw.
5 minutes to go. Leeds in possession, but down near their own sticks. Sinfield.
They've learnt a bitter lesson as well as Catalans. They realise that there are times when you know you've got to muscle up, when you've got to really roll the sleeves up, work hard without possession. And then when you do get it, make sure that you get over the advantage line, get yourself in a good position, and then you can strike. And boy, they've done that very well. But it's been the kicking game that's been a great highlight. Kevin Sinfield, superb tonight.
Yes, there's a few candidates for your man of the match. Abbott's been pretty special. There's a kick from Bailey. We're seeing everything tonight. And what's more, I thought he was going to find touch as well, but look where they turn the possession over, and it's Bailey leading the charge.
Look at the guy at the side of him. Captain Courageous, Sinfield. Yep, it's coming out, isn't it? Bailey starting kicking in the corner. Confidence. It's been something special tonight. And the Rhinos fans underneath us in the South Stand, they are loving every single minute, and so they should. Tremendous performance.
Lunt gets the tackle in. They get the ball away though. Henderson. He got it to Fisher. It's the last tackle here for the Catalan Dragons. Millard infield to Price. Price trying to conjure up something on his own, and does so too. Brilliant. Jamal Fakir. Setimata Sarr. Is it play on? Is it going to be a try for Price? It's going to be a video referee's decision. It deserves it, because that was brilliant individual play from Price. It really was. Something from nothing, but it all hinges on how the ball came back to Leon Price in the end. What happened here? Is it a knock-on from Setimata Sarr?
I think it's dragged away by Sinfield, so therefore that'll be play on, and this should be a try. Sinfield did exceptionally well to be able to get down and reach the ball, but this was top quality, wasn't it? Got the dribble, back on the inside. Watch Sinfield come through now. Here he comes, drags the ball away. This will be try time for the man who started it. Fully deserved. He knows they're going to lose, but at least the confidence will gain something out of it. Definitely reefed away by Kevin Sinfield.
I think it's a pretty easy decision, really, isn't it?
Yep.
And, I think Leon Price deserves that. He's certainly been one of the better Catalan players.
Try for Leon Price. Excellent work in the build-up to that, and he kept on going. He picked up the loose pickings and got over for the try, and they're taking this conversion quickly. Duro will add the extras. That'll give Trent Robinson and company something to build on, maybe.
Well, it's almost a mirror image of the game that we've spoken about so much tonight in France last July. That ended by 38 points to 18. We're pretty close to that point. And he knows at this stage that the game doesn't have that same significance. But he knows also, Trent Robinson and the Catalan Dragons, that they'll have to play far better in the big games against the big sides when they're really up for it.
Keep the cool. Good lad.
They seem to have a problem, don't they? Travel is always difficult. I think we can't underestimate how difficult it is for them to keep going back to the south of France every other week. They don't have luxury business class flights. They don't always fly to the closest airport. It must surely have a tiring effect over the course of the season.
Yeah, you're right, Phil, especially with that. But I think the big disappointment is the fact that they've stayed in this country all week. The preparation would have been very, very good indeed. They'd be confident after that very strong win against Warrington on Easter Monday, but they've just been out-muscled.
Yes, it's been a really, really solid performance from the Rhinos, and Ronnie knows that too. Menzies hit the hole, spins away. He's an example to every young player in this competition, isn't he? At 38, he's still going strong, and here he goes again.
It's an example to the older players as well, Eddie, that you keep
That's
going.
A good ball again from Giroud. Here's Fakir, gets it away. Decent run from Simon.
Big unit as well, isn't it, Simon?
That's what we're used to seeing, though, with the Dragons. When they get an offload, they all switch on and start playing.
We're going to get another set of 6 here because Ben Jones-Bishop trapped in goal. Goal line dropout. It's it's been an impressive last 5 from them, hasn't it, with the Price try and all this pressure.
Yeah, well, they know the game's gone. It's as simple as that. So therefore, you can try something. They arrived, didn't they? And they started this game extremely nervous, and they applied the pressure to young Cardez. He came up with the error, and it just went back and downhill all after all that.
Third goal line dropout that they forced, though, this. Sinfield again goes not quite as long as normal. Here comes Fakir. Don't forget, Super League Extra Time will be following us. Press those red buttons. Boys are all getting settled in the studio. Terry and Barry, Brian Carney, your host. It's a long day for Brian, the lad. Up early this morning for the international. There they are, getting the bits and pieces made up. Try scorer supreme O'Connor. Brian and Barry. Is another penalty. Now it's Henderson again. Well, they're just starting to drop off the tackles. 10. Another penalty. I say 10 seconds ago. There's now 5 seconds ago. He calls times off. With the Catalan Dragons with a penalty. Right under the sticks. Henderson! And there's the full-time siren. A degree of satisfaction, I would think, for Brian McDermott. He will remember the dark day in July and a great debut for Sean Lunt. A try to crown it and a victory to savour tonight. 34 points to 18. All right, the Catalan Dragons had the final say with the Leon Price try that he himself created. But the tries from Ben Jones-Bishop with 2 in the first half, and Ryan Hall, Zach Hardaker, Lunt on his debut, and Ryan Bailey with that rare one. 3 League and Cup wins in a row now for Kevin Sinfield's Rhinos. He's the man of the match. He's talking to Bill.
Kevin, Catalan posed a real threat coming here. You knew that after what happened last season, so that was a pretty thorough job and you've done on them.
Well, we got the 2 points. I thought our big men were outstanding. Some of that goal line defence we had to put on in the first half and even backing up the second half. Credit to our big men tonight. I thought all 17 played well, but our big men really stood up.
Is that the key to dominating this Catalan side? Because if you let them run free, they can cause all sorts of problems.
Yeah, they're an handful, as we saw last year, like you said. So we knew they'd be dangerous. We knew they wanted to win here. Thankfully, we had enough.
They are, obviously, this season, they're one of the big threats. To do this sort of job on them shows that You mean business this season?
Oh, we had a bit of a dip just before Easter and in and around Easter, so we've improved again tonight, and that's a big thing. Hopefully we'll get better next week. I think we'll need to at Salford to pose a big threat in the Cup next week.
You touched on it there. You scaled the heights, didn't you, for the World Club Challenge? You reached a level of intensity. It was always going to be difficult to sustain that. Did that drop off?
Look, I'm not going to blame the World Club Challenge. I think we came up against some very determined sides, and as we've seen in Super League over the last couple of years, if you're not quite on your game, you get beaten. You know, we had our bottom smacked against Saints and Huddersfield beaters, and we got beat at Bradford, so we have to cop it on the chin like everybody else. But tonight I thought we were all right, and we've improved on last week.
Thanks, Kevin. Well done. Man of the match. Champagne, £100 for a charity of your choice as well. Where's that going?
Yeah, can I split it, please, between Yorkshire Kidney Research Fund and Candlelighters for Richard Moore's son, please?
It's done.
Thank you.
Cheers.
3 wins in a row for Kevin Sinfield and the Rhinos after 3 straight defeats. Back on track, the champions, and this is the tail of the tape. 34-18, Catalan Dragons in truth never really in it. A little disappointing for them, and I'm sure that will be reflected by their coach Trent Robinson in the post-match interview. St Helens, of course, have had a massive win tonight over Widnes, who stayed rock bottom and with a minus 401 points difference. That isn't pretty reading for the Vikings, but Leeds Rhinos 6th. They are a point off the Wolves, and of course level on games now with them, but they do have a game in hand on most of the rest. Saturday, this is your match for tomorrow. Wakefield against Salford, a 5:30 p.m. start on Sky Sports 3 HD. And don't forget, we'll have all the tries for you from this weekend in Super League full-time with Bill and the boys at 9 o'clock, Sky Sports 2 HD on Sunday night. Great show with all the tries. And coming up now, of course, Super League Extra Time with Brian and the boys. We'll have those interviews, we'll have the in-depth match analysis on this Leeds Rhinos victory, previews of all the weekend matches. The players on their way to the dressing rooms for a well-earned shower. And the end of what could have been a very dodgy weekend as well after the Easter and Cup exploits. But Leeds march on, 3 in a row. High kick, looking for the... Stakula's dropped it, and that is a try.